I've had the honor and the pleasure to meet all of my favorite my favorite dancers, my favorite singers, my favorite guitarists, and I've gotten to play for all of them, and definitely they're so shocked um, by my skill level and the way I sound when I play. And I don't understand why women haven't kind of gotten the opportunity to play flamenco. I think it's just I don't know. I think it's an old tradition for men to play the guitar and for women to sing or to dance. So, but they're always very shocked and they're always very impressed to hear me play.
Yeah, and I think things are getting better now these
Yeah, I
days.
think they are,
We have
yeah.
more female flamenco guitarists.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. So let me see. We had a question that someone asked us that how did our parents let us um, play music and come in this world? So let's start with you. How did your parents let you play the guitar?
Yeah, so in my family, nobody plays any musical instrument. Um my mom, she sings a little bit and she loves music, but um yeah. So when I was growing up, my parents were always very supportive. I think more my mom was more supportive of me um wanting to play music. I think my dad was a little bit more like find a real job kind of a thing, you know. He thinks that playing music isn't a real job, unfortunately. So so I've kind of had to, I guess, convince him a little bit. I don't think he really understands how good I am.
Uh,
So that's been kind of a little hiccup, a little hiccup in my life. But my mom
but
has always been very supportive of me playing music.
that's great.
Yeah.
We have the same problem here in Iran too, but it's kind of more like a religious thing.
Hmm.
Um, I used to have a student, he was a boy, he was 18 years old, and he was very talented. I don't, you're freezing for me.
I'm
Can you hear
freezing?
me?
I could hear you,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
You're good.
I think it's just for happening for me. I think it's fine for everybody else. Yeah, I had a student. I used to have a student. He was a 18 years old boy, and his parents were religious. He was very talented, but his parents didn't let him learn the guitar. Um, yeah, his parents didn't know that he comes to the class. One day they found out, and I saw that an unknown number is calling me. It was his mother.
Oh my
She told me that, what do you want from my child?
God.
Why are you teaching him music? I was like, I didn't ask him to come to
Wow.
class. He wanted to learn. I just helped him. No, we will sue you. I was scared. And
Oh my God.
yeah,
What a disaster.
yeah, it was bad, yeah. But you know, I know that there are people in this life who have the same problem. And
Hmm.
I asked a psychologist for them that what should they do if they
Hmm.
are in this situation. And she told me that if they truly love the music, they will find a way for it. Maybe not at a young age, maybe not, for example, when they're 12 or 18, but when they get older, when they can have a job, uh, have money, and maybe even when they're over 20 years old,
Hmm.
maybe they can go after their dreams. It's
Yeah.
possible. Maybe they have to fight a little bit too. Maybe their
Hmm.
parents don't accept it, but at the end, they will accept it. And we know some people, I know actually some people who have done this before. They had religious family, but um, now they are a singer, for example,
Mm,
or a musician in
yeah.
general. Do you think they should fight for their dreams? Do you agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it's important for us to respect our parents, right? We have to respect them.
Yeah,
We don't choose our parents. Unfortunately, we can't choose who we get. That's just what we're given, you know? So, growing up, you have to respect your parents, but there comes a time in your life, it's your life, and you have to do what you want to do because
yeah,
it's your life. You can't have somebody choose things for you, you know? You have to go out and you have to get it, and you can't let anybody stop you from that. That's really important to, oh, you froze, I think.
and I believe that when you love something from the depth of your heart, you will find a way for it, and you
Mhm.
will get it.
Mhm.
I believe in that.
Yeah. Love always wins. If you love it, it's gonna make a way into your life.
Yeah, that's nice. Um, Let me see. Do you guys have any question around this topic, on this topic that we were talking about? People who can't learn music because of their situations.
Go ahead
Not.
and I think you guys can enter the question in that little question box next to the comment section if you have any
I think we
questions.
can move on and answer the questions at the end. What do you think?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so, um, I heard you quit college. Could you please tell that story for our listeners?
Yeah. So, when I was in high school, my last year of high school, I had plans to not go to college, to university. I was just gonna take maybe a couple classes and some stuff that I was interested in. And at the time, um, my parents weren't really telling me to apply. They just said, do whatever, do whatever you want. So I remember Molina, he told me, he said, you need to apply to the university. Give yourself a chance. You're very talented. And he's like, I think you could get in. And so I applied. I applied and I didn't have an expectation of getting in. And I got in. I got into the university. I attended. And I remember I was in a particular class and I had to play in front of my classmates and my teacher. And I was gonna play Viejins Rondeña for them. And I was really excited. I was gonna show them flamenco. Most of them had not really heard flamenco really. And so before I started, I introduced the piece, and the teacher stops me and he says, just to let you know, this is going to be the last time you're playing flamenco at this university.
Wow.
And it didn't make me feel very good because I love flamenco. It has such a special place in my heart. And for somebody to tell me that, it didn't make me feel good. So I was there for one semester, for 3 months, and I left. And then I went to another university thinking the same thing, that I could study flamenco at the university. And it just wasn't working. I couldn't, I don't know. It didn't feel very good to study flamenco in the class. So I quit the university altogether. And so that's when I went to Spain. And I kind of saw a different life there. And yeah, things changed once I went to Spain.
Do you wish you could move to Spain and live there
Um,
forever?
I think I think I think the the competition is so high in Spain.
Yeah.
So so I think me being here in the United States is good because there's not many female flamenco guitarists here in the United States. So I think I have a better chance of doing better for myself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand. And I think you did the best thing at the university. Um, we have the same problem in Iran too. We don't have a flamenco major at the university, and it's really sad. This has one of our problems here too.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I think you should follow what you want and what your heart wants. So I think you did the best thing.
Yeah. I
Um,
oh, I was gonna
no,
say I was gonna say um I think I've always done that in my life. I've always um followed my heart and wherever my heart excuse me, wherever my heart leads me, that's where I follow. Instead of following fads and stuff that's really popular. I've never been one to follow stuff that's really popular. I've just always been someone to follow my heart and kind of what feels right to me, what feels good to me. So I think to everybody listening, um, I think that's very important to acknowledge what you care about, what you love, and and just go for it. You know, life is so short. Um, you can't spend so much time just thinking, oh, should I do this? Should I do it? Is it a good idea? You know, just do it, you know.
yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Um, Definitely that's true. Uh, Let me see. We had a question yesterday. Someone asked that how to how should we increase our self-esteem and self-confidence? Um, do you have any idea about that? Hi, Maestro Ismail. Hi.
How to boost self-esteem and confidence in playing the guitar or just in general?
Um, they didn't talk about that, but I think we can talk about it in the guitar, maybe. But I think having a self-confidence in general also affects having
Yes.
a confidence in playing the guitar.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe I'll address having self-confidence in yourself.
Yeah.
So that's a really hard thing to come to terms with, I think. Um, as kids, you know, we always go through something. We'll always deal with hard hard times, hard experiences, and I think that those specific experiences shape who you become. So whatever you've lived through, whatever has happened in your life, I think it's important to acknowledge what's happened and learn from those experiences. Nobody's life is perfect. My life has not been perfect. I've had hard times as well, just like everybody else. And I've been able to grow from those experiences and to accept, I guess, it's important to accept yourself and accept, you know, your decisions and your experiences. And I think once you do that, once you accept yourself, then your confidence grows in yourself. And then your confidence grows in your playing.
Yeah, one of the problems I think is that people only show the best parts of their lives on Instagram.
Hmm.
So you never really know what is going on in someone's life.
Yeah.
And they always think that everyone's life is perfect, but mine sucks. But it's not. It's not like that. Everyone have their problems too, but you just don't know about them.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Um, and also, I gotta say something. I was reading a book yesterday, and it was talking about it. I think it's interesting. it said that you shouldn't be afraid of failure. Sometimes one of the things that happen to us is that we are afraid of failure. So we don't start doing something because we're afraid of failure. And we should get out of our comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we should believe in ourselves and just get out of the comfort zone because we're not gonna reach the dreams if we stay in there, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. 100%.
Yeah. And also, one more thing is that we as humans think that uh, everyone should be perfect, but they shouldn't. We can make mistakes, we can have problems, we
Mm-hmm.
can fail. I think we should consider this too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I think failing is more important than succeeding, having success. Um,
Yeah,
because
totally agree.
I think in when you succeed, it's a good experience, you know. I think that gives you self-confidence as well to succeed. But I think when you fail, I think that's most important because those are the moments in your life where you learn so much. You learn how to deal with problems, you learn how to deal with um just things that you're not used to, you know? So
Yeah,
I think failing is so important. And failing is not bad. It's not bad. It's a good
yeah, I
thing.
agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm actually grateful for all the failures that I have had in my life, all the problems, all the failures, because I think those are the things that made me who I am today,
Hmm.
and they made me strong. Um, I can tell you a memory. Um, I sent a video for a flamenco competition in summer. I didn't wanna join that competition at first, but people told me that no, you're really good, join the competition. So I did, and I practiced hard for it. But they rejected me for the contest. Um, I was, I honestly was sad. I think it's obvious I was sad. Um, my friends, my teacher talked to me for hours. But the thing that I did after that was that I said to myself, what should I do to get better? How can I improve myself so that next time they won't reject me?
Hmm.
Um, I didn't post a new video for 6 months, and I was working on the compass of Solea and working on my hand and everything else. Um, and I grew up from that experience, and
Hmm.
I think I was totally sad, very sad at the beginning, but now I'm grateful that I didn't got accepted to the competition
Hmm.
because I grew so much from
Yeah.
that experience.
And I'm sure you were so focused, right? In those six
Yeah, I
months.
played for hours for the competition. Yeah, but after that, yeah, I worked for 6 months. I worked hard to fix my problems. I
Mm.
still have problems too, but um, I also fixed lots of them after that failure.
Yeah, it's good. Those are good experiences to have.
Do you have a similar experience like this or no?
I do actually, yeah. I remember it was a similar experience actually. I think I was in high school and I I applied to a scholarship. It was a scholarship for young musicians. And I remember I practiced a lot. I practiced the garrotin, Rafael Gicani's garrotin, and that's a
Oh,
very difficult piece to play.
yeah,
And I practiced it so much, I remember. And I thought to myself, I have a really good chance of getting this scholarship. And it was so you had to audition for the scholarship, and if they accepted you, then you had to perform on stage in front of hundreds of people, and then they'd choose the winner of the scholarship.
Was
So
that for a music university or college or something like that?
it was just a scholarship just to get some money. Yeah.
Uh,
And so I remember I auditioned and I thought I did really well. And then I got the notice saying that they didn't accept me at all, not even to perform on stage. And I was really bummed. I was really sad because I had practiced so much, and I was
I know how
prepared.
you feel.
I was prepared, yeah. And it just didn't happen for whatever reason. It didn't happen, and that's the way it goes. Some things are meant to be. Sometimes you can't control everything. You just have to let it be, and whatever is. So,
I agree with you.
yeah.
Um, Someone asked us what to do for the pain that you get after the practice. I think maybe they're not warming up or they're not doing the movements. What do you think?
Yeah. It depends on how much you practice every day. So if you're practicing 6, 8 hours a day, that's so much time spent sitting down in one position. You get shoulder pain, you get hand pain, maybe elbow pain. So I think that that needs to be readjusted, not so much time with the guitar. I know we love the guitar and we love to play music, but there has to be a nice balance between taking care of your body so that you could play for as long as you want with the guitar. But that doesn't mean 6 to 8 hours just with the guitar, you know. So if you're having pain, I do recommend warming up, yeah, and also stretching, doing these stretches, to loosen everything up, shoulder rolls, anything that will loosen your body. I know after once this is done, I'll post Maestro Molina's IGTV. He did an IGTV on um, stretches, hand stretches for guitarists. So I'll repost that.
That's great. Thank you. And one of the things that I love about you is that you have a great balance between the guitar and your life. For example, I love your lifestyle. You do movements, you do sports, and you play the guitar. You have everything, and I love about it. I love this about you.
Thank you. I do my best. It's hard sometimes to find that balance.
Yeah.
And it's hard to be motivated sometimes. But I think when you have somebody right next to you, like I have Molina right next to me, he's like my idol, like I look up to him so much. I have so much respect for him. So I think when you have somebody like that, you can't help but have that balance just like that, you know.
I understand. And I think one of the important things, is having the right people around you. I think it's important for um, getting to success. You have Molina, so he's helping you, he's encouraging you. I think that's one of the important things too.
Hmm.
Having the right friends, the right teacher. I think it's important.
Hmm. Yeah.
Let me see. Do you have any questions, or should I keep going?
Do I have questions? Do I have questions?
I don't know. You were writing something in the notebook yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Okay, so I mean, I guess we kind of covered it already, but why do you think there are so little women playing the guitar in flamenco?
I have no idea about that. I don't know why people don't don't play the flamenco. Maybe because it's hard. Definitely, it's harder than other styles. And also it has um, it's more deep than other styles, so you have to totally get it.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think it's just hard and deep. That's why uh, people don't go for the flamenco. But we have so many flamenco guitar players in Iran. I know we have.
Yeah, you do.
Although we have some problems, we have lots of problems as musicians, but we do have great flamenco players here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's surprising to me how many women in Iran play the guitar, play flamenco,
Yeah,
you know? And well, there's a lot of women there that play it really well. It's very surprising.
yeah, yeah. We do have great guitar players here. Um, but like I can talk about.
I don't think that it's self-confidence that it boosts. I think when you meditate, you're in a space of just you and your breath. And I think that when you're in that moment of just you get to know yourself a little bit better. You go inside of you, and when you get to know yourself better, I think that's when the self-confidence um, boosts, because you realize how good of a person you are, how good your heart is, and and then and then you have more confidence in yourself, I guess. So
So do you use any special application for meditation, or you just do it on your own, or
yeah, so I've been actually all throughout quarantine, I've kind of been meditating. Um, I stopped a little bit for a while, but now I'm back on it. Now I meditate every day. And I don't use a specific app or anything. But what I do is I sit with myself for maybe like 11 minutes, and I just breathe. I do nasal breathing all through my nose. And sometimes I fall asleep because I'm so relaxed. And other times I breathe throughout all the 11 minutes. And it's just an incredible feeling. I recommend everybody to try it. If you can't do 11 minutes, do 3 minutes. 3 minutes of nasal breathing, but very slow nasal breathing. So 6 seconds inhale, 6 seconds exhale, and try to control your breath. And maybe sometimes you'll feel uncomfortable that you're not getting enough oxygen. Um, but your body knows what it's doing. Trust your body. Yeah.
do you do meditation every day or just sometimes?
Yeah, I've been doing it every day now. Yeah.
Nice. I used to do meditation every day last summer, I think, but I don't know why I'm not doing it right now. But I think I should start doing it again.
Yeah. It's okay.
Uh,
Sometimes life happens, and it can throw you off balance a little bit, but as long as you get back on, that's important.
but I do remember that it felt great. I remember those days,
Yeah.
and I know the feeling was great. I was actually using an application for it.
Hmm.
It was, I think the name was Calm,
Oh
something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I recommend to you guys to check this application. Uh, it does have some free parts that you can use, and it really helped me during that time. Uh, I think I asked all my questions. Do you have any, or should we answer to the comments?
Let's see what these questions are. Hmm. Somebody asked, Adam, hi. He just asked, what are your thoughts on the quality of breath and the quality of guitar playing? Would you
Can
like
you
to?
repeat?
Oh, yeah.
I can't hear you.
What are the thoughts on the quality of breath and the quality of guitar playing?
Let me see the question because I can't hear you. Or maybe could you please answer him? I can't hear what you said.
Yeah, so I'll repeat the
Really?
question one more time and then I'll answer it. So what are the thoughts on the quality of breath and the quality of guitar playing? So I think I was actually trying to do this yesterday. I was playing and I was trying to breathe like how I breathe in my meditation, very slowly and very consciously. And it was very hard. It was very difficult to play and to remember to breathe. I think that when we play, we hold our breath a lot, and that's when we get really tense. So I think it's a good exercise to, when you practice, practice nice and slow, and remember to breathe. Remember to breathe really slowly. Um, I think that'll be a game changer, I think.
Someone said, please talk about how to practice in a great, I think they meant great way. Um, how to practice a great way, something like that. Uh,
Would you like me to answer,
I,
or you want to answer?
I think you should do warm-ups at first, and you have to. I think it's better that you write what you wanna practice during the day. You can have a plan for it. Definitely do the warm-ups for like um, 10 to half an hour. Um, do them for half an hour and start playing. Uh, practice the techniques, and I recommend you write down what you want to play and practice. It helps. Um, that's my idea. How about you?
Um, yeah, I think that's a good idea, having a plan. That's good. Um, I think spending maybe an hour, 2 hours max on technique and studies, and then once you do that, you could practice your music and getting everything sharp and all that.
Yeah. Um, someone said how many hours we should practice in each day. Um, I said that in this live. One of the things that I love about Caro is that uh, she doesn't focus um, all her life on playing the guitar. She practices for enough hours, and then I don't know, uh, do sport. She does sports and lots of other things. Could you please talk about it again
Yeah.
for them?
Um, so I I'll be honest, I don't practice every day. I used to though when I was younger. When I was younger, I was just very obsessed with the guitar and with learning as much as possible. So I think if you're in the beginning stages of learning the guitar, I think that's perfectly normal to spend hours and hours. The older you get, um,
Yeah,
oh sorry, you froze.
you froze for me too.
Oh, I froze. I'm sorry. Okay.
We have weak connection.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
on the
I
other
got it.
side of the world.
Yeah, maybe that's
Um,
why. Uh,
yeah, so I was saying, if you're in the
yeah,
beginning stages of learning guitar, I think it's normal to spend a bunch of hours practicing. But I think the older you get, it's important to find that balance with your life and music because you do. If you don't have the guitar, then all you have is you. All you have is the outside, your family, you know. So you need to be able to balance all that out.
And I think that it's not just about the guitar. For example, in any other area of your life, you just don't have to focus on one thing and forget about everything else.
Hmm.
You have to pay attention to everything.
Hmm.
Your body, your family, your friends, what you eat.
That's right.
Yeah. Someone asked, how can we play in a clean way? How can we have a clean sound uh, while playing? How to get a clean sound?
I think the only way to achieve that is practicing very slowly. And when you practice slow, make sure that each note comes out, that you can hear every note, um, and play in the way where it doesn't sound lazy, or it doesn't sound too hard, too rough, you know. You also want to find that balance, right? Between playing soft, not using too much energy, but making it sound strong.
And I think they should use the metronome to get a clean sound.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good one.
We totally have a weak connection. Now I'm seeing a black page instead
Oh
of
man,
you.
you're good. You're
But
good
I
on
think
my
it's
end.
just happening for me.
I
I
think
think
so too.
everyone else is, yeah, I think. Oh, Esmail says you're both pros. Uh, no, I think I can see you now. Have you? Someone said, have you ever been frustrated before? I know I have been frustrated sometimes. How about you?
Definitely. Um, yeah, I think that comes with the territory of playing the guitar. Sometimes you have good days with the guitar, and sometimes it's just not your day. And you have to be gentle with yourself on those days, not get frustrated. Just take a deep breath and try to work through it.
Yeah, I agree with you. They should be gentle with themselves in that time. Let's see what we have. If you see any question, read it, and I'm trying to. Someone said, "Is it a good idea?"
Oops,
So
I'm sorry.
answer this one. No, okay, it's okay. Answer this one, and I will read this later.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put that one because we already talked about it.
Um,
How to
so,
practice till we get that exercise.
someone said, "Is it a good idea to learn techniques individually or try to learn them while playing a song?"
I think it's a good idea to find exercises that implement that technique. Um, and then once you feel good with that exercise, then you can implement it in whatever music you want to do it in.
Yeah. One of the things that I do, I would like to know that if you agree with me or not. One of the things that I personally do is that I look at the piece that I'm going to play and I see, for example, it has tremolo or rasgado, rajeo, arpeggio. It has, for example, these techniques. Um, I practice these techniques before playing the piece with metronome and for a couple of minutes, for like 1 hour maybe. And then I play the piece.
Hmm.
I practice the techniques of that piece beside the song, and then I go to the song. So do you think this is a good idea?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Um, I kind of do that too. Um, if I'm practicing like a tremolo, for example, I'll practice my tremolo exercise first, and then I'll practice the tremolo falseta. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's a good idea to do that.
I agree. Let's see. If you saw any question, read it. Oh, it's a great question. Um, Someone said I always practice the guitar, for example, for 1 hour or two, but I think it is not enough and I feel bad. What should I do with this feeling? What do you think?
I think it depends on the quality of their practice. So if they're practicing, watching TV, practicing really fast, um, then of course they're not going to see improvements because they're not focused, you know? When you practice,
Yeah,
if you want to improve, you have to be focused. You have to have a goal in mind and say, you know, I want to reach this goal, and to reach this goal, I have to be very focused. So, um, to practice, if you want to improve, I don't recommend, you know, watching TV while you practice or practicing really fast and getting really tense and frustrated. So I think it's important to practice just by yourself in your room, no music, no TV, you know, just you and the guitar, and that's it.
yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. And I gotta say, please pay attention to the speed of your playing. Please just don't play fast.
Hmm.
Um, it's not the answer. Just play it slowly. Play at a speed that you're comfortable with. Do you agree with me?
Hmm. Yeah. Um, yeah, a lot of my students they want to go really fast and they get frustrated if they can't get it right, if they can't make it sound right. So I always try to tell them you need to practice it slow. And what I've been trying to do with my students lately is actually starting our lessons with 1 minute of breathing. And what that does is it relaxes them and it makes them a little more focused than if we weren't to do it. So if you want if you want to try that, I also recommend that. Breathing 3 minutes before you practice, and it puts you in a good state of mind.
I think people have a wrong idea that they think that you have to play fast. If you are a good player, you have to play fast. But I think it's wrong. Um, and just shouldn't think like that.
Hmm.
Um, and also, I gotta say, um, okay, let me talk about it later. Uh, I forgot what I wanted to say. Yeah, I think it was important, but I forgot. I don't know why. I don't know why. So let's see. Oh, I remember, someone said, when is the time to speed up? When do you think is the time to speed up?
um, when you can play it slow and clean. If you practice with a metronome, start it very slow. And if that sounds good, then speed it up a little bit more. If that sounds good, speed it up a little bit more, etc.,
Yeah,
etc.
little by little. Uh, I'm gonna kill you, Muhammad Reza. He's one of my students. He's saying that he doesn't play with metronome. You have to play with metronome. But you have to play with metronome. I will see you and I will kill you. Remember this. Um, it's important. It's not even a question to ask.
No.
You have to play with metronome. Uh, and by the way, guys, La Caro has why I said La Caro. We're used
It's
to that.
okay.
Caro, yeah, Caro has Skype lessons. So if you're interested,
Thank
I
you.
definitely recommend you uh, join her class. Don't miss her class. I know and I believe that she is a great teacher. Yeah.
Thank you so
So
much.
don't miss her class. Yeah. Let's see what we have. Muhammad Reza, do you want to say something or I should kill you?
Well,
I hate
I
myself.
don't have any questions on my end. Nobody's
Someone
participated.
said, I hate metronome. I can't listen to it and play it. Someone hates metronome. Guys, you have to get used to it. It's important.
Yeah, it is important. Very
Where
important.
it's important. Everyone are saying it's hard. I know it's hard. I know, but you have to use it. If you want to improve, you have to use metronome.
Hmm.
I'm looking at the comments. Why did you said that? Um,
Somebody asked how old we are.
how I'm 23. I'm turning to 24 March. How
Okay.
about you?
I just turned 24.
Wow. I remember. Yeah, I remember it was your birthday. Yeah, I
Hmm.
remember.
Yeah, earlier
Yeah,
this month.
yeah, I remember. Someone said metronome is life. How can you hate it? Um, Someone said when I run metronome, I can't hear my guitar. Okay, so use just lower your metronome's voice. Uh, thank you, Esmail.
How do you pronounce that name, Aysan? Esmail?
What?
Esmail? How do you pronounce this name right here? El Esmail official?
Uh, I pronounce it Esmail in
Esmail.
Persian. Um, but he's not Persian.
Oh,
He's
okay,
not
okay.
from Iran. Thank you so much, Esmail,
Thank
Maestro.
you.
Thank you. Um, have a nice day, Maestro. When you start playing, Shima, I think you meant when did we start playing? Uh, at what age? Am I right?
Yeah, I think so.
So when
I
did you
started
start?
playing when I was 7 years old.
That's nice. Uh, so you've been playing the guitar the whole time, 7 till now.
Yeah.
And was it just flamenco or other styles too?
Um, so I went to a high school where it was centered around the arts. So
Mm.
you had to audition to go to that school. People drew, they painted, they acted, they sang, they
Wow,
played
it's my dream.
orchestra.
It's my dream high school. Oh,
Yeah, I know, it was great. So
yeah.
everybody there was so talented. So when
Wow.
I was there for guitar, and I had to learn rock, jazz, classical, ensemble music, duet music, and of course my love, flamenco.
I want to cry now. That is truly my dream, and you have lived my dream
Oh,
in your life. Lucky you. And I have been in the music world since I was 10 years old. I started playing uh, the piano when I was 10, and then I went to the guitar class when I was 15 years old till
hmm,
now. Yeah,
very cool.
thanks. We have a question for you. Someone said, "What brought you from Spain to the US?" Uh, I think you weren't living in Spain. Were you living in Spain?
No, no. I was born here in the United States in California. My parents are from Mexico. My parents were born in Mexico, but they came here to the States when they were like 2 years old. So they grew up here. and I was born here. Um, but I went to Spain because I wanted to learn more flamenco. I wanted to study. I wanted to be in that environment. So, yeah.
How much time did you stay on in Spain?
It wasn't very long, to be honest, unfortunately. It was about 3 weeks. Yeah, three
That's
weeks.
nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can't be there even for one day. So that's absolutely nice
Mm.
staying there for 3 weeks. Um, one of Carol, one of my students, she's Shima here, she's uh, writing comments. She is 28 years old, and she
Hmm.
always thinks that it's late. And I always tell her that no, it's not late. So do you have anything for her? Is it late for her?
No, no, not at all. I I had a student that I was teaching. He was like 60. He was 60 years old. He was learning the guitar. It was his first time ever picking up the guitar, and I was teaching him flamenco. And so no, it's never too late to learn anything. Nothing.
I also have a student like that too. His daughter is at my age, but he is very talented and hardworking, and I always get excited when he comes to the class. It's not, the age is not important, you guys,
Mm-mm.
and I'm glad that you said that too. So which one you prefer, Valeria or Solea?
Solea.
Me too, for sure, forever. Solea forever.
Yeah.
I love it.
But
So
Bulería is
deep.
fun. It's fun to play.
Yeah, but Solea is just so deep
Yeah.
and meaningful. Love it. Let's see what we have.
I think we might have time for one more question. I think our time might be up soon.
Okay, so if you saw any question, just answer it, the
Let
one
me
you
see.
like.
No? Do you guys have any last questions? One more question.
Oh, by the way, Caro,
Hmm.
please download the live so that we can watch it later.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, if you guys have, do you guys have any last question or should we leave? You can choose from the,
Thank you, Maestro.
thank you, thank you. What should I do? This is a nice question. Oh, what is I would like to answer these two questions. You please answer the first one, if you have time. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Someone said, what should I do uh, for speeding up the picado?
Um, Practice with a metronome and speed it up
Do you
little by
have
little.
do you have a special method for it, or just play it with
I
metronome?
don't really know. Um, yeah. I just think the best way is to practice with a metronome.
Taro, we are getting interesting questions. Should we answer them or leave? I don't know.
Let me see. Guys,
Someone said, is
where were these questions like 5 minutes ago?
yeah, I'm. If you don't have time, we can just leave.
Well, if it doesn't kick us off, let's give them 10 more minutes.
Okay. Someone said, is it necessary to start with traditional flamenco? This is a very good question. Please answer it.
Um, I don't know what that means. Traditional flamenco in terms of accompanying cante or playing solo.
I think in general, for example, um, the old flamenco uh, pieces.
Hmm.
Because
Mm,
I think one of the problems of the people these days is that they all just want to play Vicente, and
yeah,
yeah, they
yeah,
don't play
that's a
with
good point.
counts.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a good point that you made. I do think it's necessary to start with, I guess, traditional flamenco. Um, yes, we all love Vicente and Antonio Rey and whoever else is out there. Um, but I think to get for Vicente and Antonio Rey to get to where they are now, they had to go through the traditional stuff. They had to go through old Baco, black and white videos of old gitanas singing, black and whites of Camarón, of um, etc. You know, so you have to go through that. You have to experience that. It's a must.
That's important, guys. Please listen to her, and I believe in what she said. Yeah, just think about it. And I think the last thing that I want to talk about and then leave is that do you have any advice for women? It's the last question, guys.
Yeah. Um, I think us women, the it's getting better. The balance between, I guess, men and women is getting better, but we still have a lot of work to do, unfortunately. Um, and it's sometimes hard because I was just telling somebody this. One time I got hired to play for a wedding, and the agent that had hired me, he also hired two other female musicians, one a violin player and one a saxophone player. And he basically told us, he said, okay, you guys are going to sit on stage for 4 hours and just play along with the DJ. And when we sat down, the DJ was so loud, you could not even hear us playing. So we were just sitting there. It was just for show, just to have us there. And I remember feeling so just uh, like disgusted kind of because it was just for show. It didn't even matter, how good we played or not. It was just the appearance of it all.
This is sad.
So it is sad. It is very sad. Um, so I feel like in that aspect we have a lot of work to do, but I feel proud and I feel happy that I'm a part of this healthy group of women. Um, and I feel like when I'm playing on stage for somebody, um, the audience's kind of past perception of what they thought they knew a flamenco show looked like, a male guitarist, a male singer, a male dancer. And when they look at me, that's not what's on stage. It's a female guitarist, maybe a female singer, maybe a female dancer. And I created that. And forever, their idea of a flamenco show has changed forever. So at that point, I feel like I'm doing something good for us women. So
I'm proud of you.
thank you. So I think that if if you have enough passion, if you have enough drive, if you have enough mm, want to do something good, to change people, um, then do it. And don't let anybody stop you. Don't let anybody tell you no. Don't let your parents tell you get a real job, you know. If it's in your heart, then it's in your heart and it's meant to be there for a reason. For a reason it's meant to be there. So